Ladies and gentlemen, hope you are all having a great day. As always, if you're not, you came to the right place. We got a good one today, a little bit of a different one, something I was not expecting Respawn to come out with, and you're not going to believe what they're considering doing to the game. A lot of you are not going to be happy. I might not even be happy, as I've been enjoying playing something a little bit new, Apex, in a little bit new of a way than I'm usually playing it, and I'll get to that in just a couple of minutes. First off, I want to let you guys know, for the next 3 more days, we started it yesterday, eFlamingo is doing a wager contest night every night from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. You get on there, the person who wins the most wagers, or the most money in wagers, is actually going to get a big prize every single night. They're giving away $200, and they're going to announce a winner every single night on top of the $1,000 giveaway. Link in the description if you want to participate. I'll be playing 1v1 wagers tonight if you guys want to face me or something. So yeah, I'll see you there. So as you can tell, I'm wearing my retainer. Finally, I don't have a gap in my teeth. It's been the first time in a while because I've been slacking wearing my retainer. So buckle up, get ready for this one, because like I said, this one's going to be a rocky roller coaster, especially for you console players. Before we get into the video, click like and subscribe. Mostly subscribe, because if you do, I guarantee you, if we hit 70,000 subscribers during this month of September, I am going to give away an heirloom to one of you that subscribe. I kid you not, I really will do it. You guys can ask my other audience if you don't believe me down in the comments below. I'm known for doing this. I always give away heirlooms, so yeah, just subscribe. All right, let's get into it. First topic of the day. This one is actually kind of funny. You guys know Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor, actually replied to someone who asked him, do you play Apex Legends? And he said, no, I am the Apex Predator. I don't play. And the Tatman had a reply to this and said, Nick Mercs, dude doesn't even play Apex and he's higher ranked than you. LOL. Nick Mercs saying, okay, but you're fat. Tim the Tatman saying, yeah, that's true. Good talk, man. I'm watching stream right now. Big fan. And Nick Mercs replied, said, love you, bro. You're less fat than you once were. W. So I thought that was interesting, funny conversation that may possibly lighten the mood before I deliver this bad news. So the big bad news that's going around is, you guys know tap strafing was recently removed from Apex Legends, and of course when this happened, it sparked all kind of controversy. By the way, if I have a lisp at all, it's because of this retainer, so just give me a little bit of grace. So it sparked all kind of conversation, and of course it sparked a lot of controversy, and a lot of pros weren't happy. And anyways, the internet almost like collapsed on itself the other day when this happened. This is a lot of the stuff that came from pro players, one being from NRG Sweet Dream, saying 1 year from now, almost all mouse and keyboard pros will have switched games or switched to controller. I will return to this tweet in 365 days. This is sad to see. And he also commented and said the game was already heading in this direction before the tap strafing thing. So let me know your opinion on this, because basically he's saying that like they've been catering to the casuals, they've been catering to the controller players specifically. They're trying to lower that ceiling of skill and outplay, and it's hard to find an opinion here by the okay there, Captain. It's harder to find an opinion here because a part of me is like, okay, you see the outplays, you see that it doesn't just, you can't just like get on and start tap strafing. It does take some skill. It takes some skill to outplay people, but the problem is they said it like, yes, it's true, but it wasn't supposed to be in the game to begin with. That's the problem, and that's where I'm having a hard time trying to figure out where I stand on this. Zilbrad also commenting on this and kind of poking fun at it, saying after much consideration and debate, we've decided to remove sprinting from Apex Legends Season 12. Our reasoning is because it's inaccessible, lacks readability and counterplay, and is exacerbated by movement abilities. So I mean, he's got a point. It does seem like they're almost getting to the point where they're just trying to limit the mouse and keyboard players to an extent, and it's getting annoying. However, like I said, I just go back to them saying, yes, we understand that the outplays were there, but it just wasn't supposed to be in the game. A lot of this stuff that they're finding out, it's not that they're trying to get rid of it. If they had intended it to be in the game to begin with, then maybe they would have never removed it. But a lot of it is just basically people not having anything else to do with their time, and they go and find out these weird mechanics that aren't supposed to be in the game. So it's like, I agree and I disagree. I just don't know. Affliction saying first they came for the bunny hop healing, then they came for anti-stun ground punch, then they came for zipline bouncing, then they came for the tap strafe. When will the madness end, Apex? On move from Kugarna, which by the way, look at my jersey, looks pretty sick. By the way, look at my back. JMeyels 17, let's go. But he said, I think the most annoying thing about the tap strafe, and I can kind of agree with this part because it doesn't really make sense, is them saying that they eliminated it because of its reasoning by saying it's inaccessible. Sets a precedent that just because other inputs can't do something means that it should automatically be eliminated. I feel like that's kind of the point of having these different inputs. Like there's pros and cons to each one. You don't want to make them equal, you want to make them different. They're supposed to be different. What is this buzzing? Hello? You guys hear that? Like, what if they get to the point where they say, well, aim assist is inaccessible to mouse and keyboard players? Then you can also say, well, arm aiming is inaccessible to controller players, and loot whatever is like armor swapping is inaccessible to controller players. And it's like, when will it ever stop? You can't really use that excuse of saying it's inaccessible, because that logic doesn't apply to everywhere else in the game. So I totally get what he's trying to say. Preezy even saying he was going to be changing the controller after the recent changes and removal of tap strafe, telling mouse and keyboard players to get gooder. So yeah, I don't know what I think about these people switching to controller. I think it's a little bit overboard. The world was perfectly fine before tap strafing, and I think it's perfectly fine without it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. However, I just don't like the reasoning that they're getting rid of it. It doesn't make too much sense to me. Well, I guess just the fact that they're saying it's inaccessible. I don't like that logic. I don't mind the logic, them saying, well, it wasn't supposed to be in the game to begin with. I just don't like them saying it's inaccessible, because that just doesn't make sense. Now, Sweet Dreams also called out a few pro players. I'm not sure if this is troll or not, but I thought it was very interesting nonetheless, saying list of controller players that would be able to play competitively without aim assist. An accessible mechanic, by the way, which a point given, he does have a point there, saying that only maybe Snipe Down could compete without aim assist, and that without aim assist, a lot of these pro players on controller wouldn't even be able to compete. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. That's a bold statement, but I kind of get it. My thing is like, if aim assist is not that important to you, the thing is, like with these pros, is they'll say, like, a lot of these pros will stick up and say, bro, aim assist ain't that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. I don't even really need it. I'm so good at aiming. My thing is, a lot of people will always say that, but they will never take it off to prove it. It was a motorcycle. It's like they're so confident to say it's not that big of a deal, while they'll constantly leave it on, and they'll never consider taking it off, because they're like, oh, that's dumb to take it off. Why would I do that and put myself at a more disadvantage? Like, I don't know. I hate this argument, bro. It's gonna kill Apex, this like civil war. Anyways, long story short, bringing it all to a head here, the bad news is this: Respawn is actually considering nerfing aim assist. This is what they had to say. This is coming from a Respawn developer. I was not really expecting to see this. As Apex and its players evolve, it's only prudent for us to continue to evaluate whether or not aim assist is too good. When I see a top level controller player saying that they would be all right with nerfing aim assist, I definitely take note, and some people have said that. Players should not feel forced to use specific input type, and if I see players converting out of what they think is necessity, I would 100% be concerned. In fact, I'm meeting with CGE weapons and analytics team this week to take a temperature reading on the situation. So yeah, they're actually considering nerfing aim assist because of this outrage, and considering that a lot of people are actually taking it serious of possibly switching over to controller for mouse and keyboard, they might actually make a change here, and that's something I think will go down even worse. I think the community will legit have a civil war if this happens. Personally, I think it could possibly be a good thing to do, maybe if you nerf it down from 0.4 to 0.3, but I don't know. I don't know how the community will react. I don't know if it's worth trying to make the game healthier over the reaction that the community will have. And this is going to be crazy. This actually might be a civil war. You might actually have the rise of controller versus mouse and keyboard. Quite frankly, I think, to be honest, as a mouse and keyboard guy, I think I'm going to go with team controller, just because I think they're cooler. I really do. And probably one of the only good reasonings or tweets or whatever to actually mend the piece here, to actually something that makes sense, is PvP actually did make this tweet and said, my dev decision would be this: controller, add tap strafing, and leave it for mouse and keyboard as well. Add moving while looting for controller, and add binding options to reload, interact for controller, and also tweak aim assist just a little. Mouse and keyboard, remove wheel tap strafing, but still leave tap strafing in. If I hear my lisp one more time, I'm gonna punch this monitor. So let me know what you think of that, and I guess this entire situation as a whole down in the comments below. This one's, I know, is gonna be tough. All right, moving on to the Golden Nugget section of the video. This one is going to be pretty good. I actually think a lot of people are gonna be happy with this. So Afflictions actually said, well, screw a breakup. You ever just try to swap to red armor from gold under pressure on Apex Legends and forget that you have to hold it? And Ryan Rigney actually replied to this and said, we're going to be fixing this in the next patch. Of course, people were happy. Nakoko's happy. Ninja Leia, how do you pronounce her name? I can't remember. Ninja Leia, I think. She's verified. I should know her. I mean, I know her, but I just don't know how to pronounce her. I don't watch her, so I don't know. Kijana also said thank you for this. So I think a lot of people overall will be happy with this change, something that we probably needed. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Whew. I'll see you all in the next one. It's Vibe or Die, only positivity. Later, Gators. Also, for those of you wondering, my wife is getting better. Myself is getting better. I didn't have COVID. My wife did have COVID, but she's recovering. She's doing good. Keep thinking of her dad. If you're spiritual at all, keep praying for her dad. Her dad, unfortunately, not doing too good. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.